Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Tales from a Haunted Farm podcast. My name is Liz Reeder and I am doing my best to be an author while living on a haunted farm. I want to apologize for the huge gap between my podcast introduction and this first episode. Like so many others, this past year did not go as planned for me. I try to believe things happen for a reason, even though we may not know what that reason is for years to come. I think that part of the reason why the delays happened is because I have recently decided to not only do the stories as regular episodes, but also to include bonus episodes. Those bonus episodes will be a roughly 1 hour block from the overnight sound recordings I do. They vary greatly from the calming sounds of the country night to thunderstorms to some of the stranger sounds like growls, screeches, screams, and even a disembodied voice or two. Who knows, maybe this episode is the reason because today's story is a recent one. While some of the stories told here will be on the spookier side, this one involves some of my outrageous animals. When you have a farm, almost inevitably, you will have barn cats, even if you don't plan on having any. They will show up and move in, and before you know it, you have the whole feline family taking up residence. This story is about one of the new additions to the farm, and one of the most recent adventures thanks to some of the long-time residents. So sit back and enjoy this tale from a haunted farm. My husband purchased our farm in 2009, and one of the many improvements we did before moving in included the installation of a dog door. The backyard is fenced, so an animal coming inside was never an issue, until recently. In the last couple of months, it has been a huge problem, all thanks to the resident barn cats. Our first barn cats arrived in 2013. It was a mama calico cat with her orange and white kitten in tow. They didn't hurt anything, and of course, not wanting them to be hungry, we fed them, and they stayed. Over time, there were more kittens born, and more cats showed up needing homes. I love animals, so I welcomed them all, and that is how my cat herd began. Yes, I know a clouder is the correct term for a group of domestic cats, but if you knew my barn cats, you would understand that a herd is far closer to what they are. This morning I had the perfect example of why my cat herd keeps growing. A beautiful little Siamese showed up. It is young and small, probably a spring kitten from this year. It is also deaf, which means there is a chance that it was abandoned and desperately needs a home. All of the other animals have given it the required sniff tests, and it has passed them all with flying colors. Right now, it is lounging on my front porch with the other cats. It lives here now, and I'm okay with that. Having the barn cats has never been an issue. Even living in the country, I have almost never had a mouse in the house. They are wonderful company and great helpers when you are working outside, and they rarely caused problems with any of the other animals. Recently, a problem did arise with them, and because of it, my war with them has begun. Sir Pounce, an orange barn cat, discovered the dog door and invited himself inside the house. As soon as he saw me, he ran back out the door, and I thought that would be the end of it. The cat knows he's not supposed to be inside. I could not have been more wrong. Sir Pounce proceeded to tell all of his cat friends about the new magical land inside the house that he had discovered. Of course, many of them wanted to come inside and see it too, and they have, repeatedly. Sometimes it is only one, and other times it is as a group, like they need moral support to come inside and investigate things. The way my house is laid out, to get from the living room to the kitchen, you have to walk through the office, into the dining room, and turn right into the kitchen. One evening, on my way to the kitchen from the living room, I walked past 3 black cats on their respective perches in my office. It wasn't until I had almost made it to the kitchen door when it dawned on me. I don't have 3 black cats living in my house. Black cat number 3 was my barn cat, Salem. One yell of his name and he bolted for the dog door. Fortunately, most of them run out the dog door when I yell at them and clap my hands. Most of them. Miss Olive, the matriarch of my barn cat collection, will simply look at me and blink. I have to pick her up and place her outside because she refuses to move. Miss Olive is not the only one who thinks inside might be better than outside. While I wrote some of this podcast down, my barn cat Mustache Dude was snuggled on me as I typed around him. That is a battle I have clearly lost. Mustache Dude is a young black and white cat with a black spot across his top lip giving him a mustache. And he has decided that inside is where he needs to be, or at least where he needs to sleep. The morning I woke up and found him laying across my feet is when I came to the conclusion that I would have to concede that battle and let him come and go as he pleased. It wasn't going to matter because he would just sneak in when I was asleep and do it anyway. He is a sweet cat, well-mannered, and loves to cuddle. While I do not need another cat living inside my house, I'm not upset I lost that battle. He really is great at snuggling. As for the rest of them, I have the feeling that they will be coming inside to say hello from time to time no matter what I do. I have to leave the dog door open so my pups can go outside and do their business. All in all, it could be worse than barn cats. With all of the animals that live on my farm, it could be almost anything, including skunks. I hope you enjoyed today's story. While my website is down, please join me on Instagram at Tales from a Haunted Farm or on my author Instagram at ReaderLiz. I would love to hear your feedback and answer questions if you have them. If you would like to check out my books, they are all available on Amazon. Until next time, I'm Liz Reader, and this was your tale from a haunted farm.